And why is this so important to talk about, my brothers and sisters? Because I like talking about topics that are practical, that mean something to us, that we can practice as individuals and in our own homes. Because the individual and the family is the cell of the community. And when we talk about victory globally, and we talk about the fitnas and the calamities and wars that are happening, my brothers and sisters, wallahi al-azim, it stems right from the individual. Whether you talk about leaders or corruption, or whether you talk about why the Muslims and this and that are not together and why there's injustice, I will tell you, brothers and sisters, wallahi, it begins with the individual, and then the family unit, and then the communities. Ya akhi, my brother and sister, if the individual is corrupt, then everyone else is going to be corrupt if each individual is corrupt. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, in Surah Al-Tahrim, the surah I recited today in Al-Isha, Salatul Isha, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, O you who have believed, qu anfusakum, protect and save yourselves first, wa ahlikum nara, and your families from a fire. The fire is the hereafter, and the lead up to that fire exists here in this world. So there is also a fire in this world that can ignite in oneself and their families, that can put you in hellfire in the hereafter. We are in a time where there is a serious identity crisis among our youth. It is enough that they fear where they belong, and they're looking for a place or who they are. And my brothers and sisters, among these fears and these worries that the shaitan places in us starts from the home. And among the greatest tactics of the shaitan and the things he loves the most to do to believers is to make them afraid, scared, paranoid, give them anxieties, make them doubt themselves, ruin their self-esteem, and keep us with worries, fear, low self-esteem, paranoia, not knowing where we're going. That's the best thing the shaitan loves. Because a frightened Muslim, a Muslim with anxieties, a Muslim with paranoia, a Muslim with doubt in themselves, is someone who becomes debilitated and unable to do anything. Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّمَا ذَلِكُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ يُخَوِّفُ أَوْلِيَاءَهُ. Oh, it is actually the shaitan who loves to make the close ones of Allah, the ones who are supposed to be, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the most. They're the ones who believe in Him, the ones who pray to Him, the ones who worship Him, the ones who love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're called awliya. The shaitan goes and attacks them to make them constantly afraid. The shaitan already, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانُ يَعِدُكُمُ الْفَقْرِ. The shaitan always makes you fear the future poverty. وَيَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ. And he's always commanding you and telling you, do bad things, do dirty things, do indecent things, in order to, because of fear. And in the hadith which is in Sahih Muslim and others, Iblis, who is the leader of all the shaitans, the big influencer, Iblis, the big Satan, he every now and then displays his throne, and he looks at all the shaitans and says, who of you has got a story for me today, a report of something really bad they did? So he hears each shaitan. One shaitan says, oh, I did such and such, and he says, no, that's not enough. Another one said, I did such and such, says, not good enough. Until a shaitan comes up and says, today I disunited between a wife and their husband, or I disunited between a family. And Iblis says, come to me. Today you sit right next to me at my throne. Anta muqarrab. You are a close one to us. This hadith is in Sahih Muslim. So the destruction of the family and causing fear and identity crisis in the child is the seed of destruction of the ummah. Wallahi. And that is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to concentrate the most about the individual and their self-esteem and their confidence, their identity and their importance, especially the young people, and how much he used to focus on family, that an ayah of the Quran came down to address it.